Victor Guérin was a 19th century explorer and amateur archaeologist who toured the Holy Land and published his surveys. In 1874-1875 he visited the site, Khirbet el Bureid, and wrote, "These ruins are situated on a hill surrounded by a wall constructed of good-sized blocks irregularly cut. Within the enclosure, in great part destroyed, I found the foundations of an ancient building lying east and west, which was probably a Christian church. The site which it occupied, whose extent I could not determine, so entirely it has been overthrown, is now strewn with stones in confusion, in the midst of which I found a great number of little cubes of white mosaic, which were formerly the pavement. 3 broken columns lying among the rest of the rubbish show that the central nave was separated from the sides by pillars. These have been either carried away or perhaps reduced to lime. At the entrance of the church, as one observes in many others of this period, a cistern cut in the rock furnished the water necessary for worship. Round the church, the foundations of some 20 small houses are visible. I remarked also several cisterns and a birket, partly cut, rock cut, and partly built up of old materials covered with thick cement. We ascended to the site from the valley of Nahal Susi on the eastern fringes of Rosh HaAyin. There was a recent fire here, which is great. The weeds are gone, and we can see the ground without any vegetation. We're approaching the site, or part of the site. The ruins are spread over the hill. These are nicely cut stones, which explain, could date the place to the Byzantine period, and in its center is a water reservoir. The water collected during the winter time is stored here. I see some remains of plaster to keep the water inside. It is not a small site. And there's a bigger cistern here. Looks like a large reservoir. thick walls. This is the southern walls. This looks like the Byzantine pottery was mixed in this cement, so this may be a later period. There is a stepped entrance here. See the steps and another cistern here. See the steps. This is the western wall. It was also quite high, but its stones were not down. There's another structure here. Looks like a lime kiln. Where they broke the limestone stones and put it on fire. This looks like residue of the lime production. So it is a lime kiln. Which are very common in this area in the Holy Land. They use the lime to coat the cisterns and the houses. This is the lime in solid state as a powder. It is used for plaster. It has a water resistance properties, so this is good for covering the cisterns. And they had the limestone rocks out of this fortified place and used it to to fire it up and create lime. The site has a commanding view of all the area around. There's a lot of valleys around here. On the east side, a very nice cut stones. The center is the structure. You can see some parts of it, and it's like an oil press. This is where the oils are crushed. And somewhere is also the second part of this oil press. There are many other historic sites in the area around Rosh HaAyin. Come visit the sites and see their reviews in BibleWalks.com.